Welcome to day 6 of our Japan trip. Today, we are exploring the Mount Fuji region, starting our morning in Kawaguchiko and visiting some of the most beautiful spots around, including the Mount Fuji Panoramic Way, a peaceful lake cruise, and the famous Oishi Park. Namaskaram, this is Srideep, and welcome to our Japan's travel stories. We are staying in Kawaguchiko, and honestly, this morning gave us one of the most beautiful starts we could have asked for. So let's begin the day. We're starting the day with a stunning sunrise right from the backyard of our stay. Do you know what time it is right now? It's only 5:30 in the morning and it's already so bright. Maybe that's why Japan is called the land of rising sun. And if you look closely, you can even see a beautiful rainbow with Mount Fuji standing quietly in the background. Honestly, we couldn't have asked for a better start to the day. From the backyard, we had this uninterrupted view of Mount Fuji, and we didn't feel like rushing anywhere. We spent almost an hour just sitting there, chatting and enjoying the silence, and just soaking in the calm atmosphere. Moments like these are really what makes travel special to me. We finally got ready and it's around 8:30 a.m. now. We stepped out to start the day. We had a flexible plan, a few places we definitely wanted to visit and a few that were optional depending on the time and weather. So our first stop was the station, just to check the timings and transport options. I'm going to add some raw footage of my conversation with the staff here because it was actually very helpful in understanding how to plan today efficiently.
Go to the ropeway and the cruise in the Oishi Park and this I think Oshino Hakkai. Yeah. Can we do all these 4 things in one day or is it too much?
It's okay.
You can? Yeah, okay. And with the bus, like, because we saw that pass, the 2-day pass, but because we're only doing 4 places, is it still going to be worth it?
No, because not same class, different class.
Okay.
This area 1-day class.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You get to cover Ropeway place and the body place,
Yeah.
and then always back here.
Okay. Yeah. And does the pass cover this one?
No, different area.
Okay.
Walk 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or bus 10 minutes, 180.
Okay.
From here to Oishi Park, 480.
Okay.
And then return 570.
Okay.
But cheaper than this town.
Yes. Okay.
This area. And then here 620 one way.
Okay.
620.
Yeah. Okay. So the red line bus from here to there and from there to Oishi as well, and return the same red line bus. Thank you.
Walkable,
Yeah. Yeah. It is walkable.
After finalizing our plan, we took the Red Line sightseeing bus straight to the Mount Fuji Panoramic Way. We decided to get the ropeway and the cruise combo ticket, which worked out cheaper than buying them separately. And to our surprise, there was no queue at all. It was just around 9 a.m. and we felt incredibly lucky. The ropeway ride itself is short, but the views are absolutely stunning. As you go up, you get a wide view of Lake Kawaguchi, the town below, and on a clear day like today, Mount Fuji standing tall right in front of you. At the top, there were viewing decks and plenty of photo spots. We also tried the heart-shaped cup throwing activity. The kids had so much fun with it. It's believed that if you manage to throw the cup through the hoop, your wish can come true. There's also a love theme spot there, which makes it a fun stop for families and couples alike. We climbed further up the steps to reach the highest viewpoint. By around 9:30 a.m., it was already getting very hot, but the views, they were totally worth it. Lush greenery all around with hints of emerging autumn colors starting to show. It was just absolutely beautiful. There's also a giant swing at the top, and the views from there look amazing, but we decided not to go on it this time since we're already heading down for the cruise. As we made our way back down, we noticed the queues had grown all the way down the hill. Looking at that, we realized how lucky we were to arrive early today. If we had come even half an hour later, we would have easily spent 1 to 2 hours just waiting in the line. Starting early really made all the difference today. From there, we walked over for the Lake Kawaguchi Cruise, which was included in our combo ticket. Everything felt very relaxed, no rushing, no extra planning. We just walked in and boarded. This cruise runs for about 20 minutes. And it's honestly one of the most peaceful ways to experience the Mount Fuji area. We were lucky to board this pirate-themed cruise ship. Lake Kawaguchi is one of the Fuji 5 lakes, and it's especially known for offering some of the clearest and closest views of Mount Fuji. From the water, the experience feels completely different. You get wide, uninterrupted views of Mount Fuji, beautiful reflections on the lake, and a quiet moment away from the crowds. The gentle movement of the boat, the cool breeze, and the surrounding scenery just made it incredibly calming. On a clear day like this, Mount Fuji almost feels unreal, just standing there perfectly reflected on the water. It's slow, scenic, and very, very soothing. And it gave us a chance to simply sit back and enjoy the moment. If you're visiting Kawaguchiko and the weather is clear, this is one experience I would definitely recommend. It doesn't take much time, but it gives you a very different perspective of Mount Fuji, one that feels really peaceful and unforgettable. Our last stop for the morning was Oishi Park, located right along the shores of Lake Kawaguchi. And one of the best parts is that it's completely free to visit. Oishi Park is well known for its seasonal flowers, beautifully maintained walking paths, and those classic postcard views of Mount Fuji. Every season here looks different, and when we visited, there were so many flowering plants in bloom, especially those bright red iconic shrubs which added such a lovely contrast against the greenery and the lake. Even if the flowers aren't at the park, I feel this park still feels incredibly refreshing. Wide open spaces, a gentle lake breeze, and Mount Fuji quietly dominating the background. It's one of those places where you naturally slow down without even trying. We took our time walking through the park, stopping often for photos, and honestly, this felt like one of those places where you don't need a checklist. You just walk, look around, and just enjoy the moment. The kids were especially excited to try the famous Oishi Park ice cream. They chose the shine muscat vanilla and purple grape flavors. And it was the perfect little treat after a warm morning of walking around. Just wanted to let you know, we found some interesting things there. Oishi Park apparently changes completely with seasons. In spring, it's all about cherry blossoms. Summer is famous for lavender. Autumn brings rich reds and oranges. And in winter, the park turns quiet and minimal, with Mount Fuji standing out even more. There are also small shops here, and we spent some time looking for souvenirs. We found some really beautiful Mount Fuji magnets, which made perfect gifts to take back home for friends. We felt they were simple, meaningful, and very easy to carry. Between the flowers, the lake, Mount Fuji views, ice cream, and souvenir shopping, Oishi Park turned out to be such a relaxed and wholesome stop. It didn't feel touristy or rushed at all, just calm, scenic, and very enjoyable. If you're visiting Kawaguchiko, this is one place I would definitely recommend adding to your list, especially if you want to slow down, take photos, and simply enjoy Mount Fuji at your own pace. By around 1 p.m., we headed back towards Kawaguchiko station. We needed to take the Blue Line bus for our next destination, so we had to go back to Kawaguchiko station again. But before that, we really wanted to have some lunch. The restaurant where we had eaten yesterday was unfortunately closed, and even after walking around for almost half an hour, we couldn't find many suitable options nearby. With time running out and buses to catch, we decided to keep things simple and headed into 7-Eleven. Luckily, the wraps I had packed back home in Australia came in very handy. The kids picked up some fried chicken and we managed to find just one egg sandwich, which my husband and I shared. We also grabbed a few smoothies to cool down as it was quite warm by then. After that, we quickly went back to our accommodation. I warmed up the wraps. Kids had chicken wrap. We finished our lunch and then headed out again. This time, we're taking the Blue Line bus for our next stop. After spending a peaceful morning around Lake Kawaguchi, at around 2 p.m., we headed to Oshino Hakkai, a traditional village located between Lake Kawaguchi and Lake Yamanaka. Oshino Hakkai is famous for its 8 natural spring ponds formed from snow melt from Mount Fuji that slowly filters through layers of volcanic rock over many years. Because of this natural filtration, the water here is incredibly clear and is considered sacred. As soon as we arrived, the atmosphere felt completely different. Quiet village paths, traditional thatched roof houses, flowing water everywhere, and Mount Fuji appearing gently in the background. Walking through the village almost feels like stepping back in time. The highlight here is definitely the crystal clear spring water. You can see straight to the bottom of the ponds and the fish were swimming so peacefully. Some areas even allow visitors to drink the spring water, which is known to be one of the purest natural water sources in Japan. We spent slowly walking around, crossing small wooden bridges, watching the water flow through the village, and taking photos from different angles. Every corner felt so photogenic. The reflections in the water, the old houses, the greenery, and Mount Fuji quietly watching over everything. There are also many small shops selling local snacks, souvenirs, and traditional items. We did do some food tasting here and enjoyed a few local pickles, and I picked up some pickles and also some chocolate mochi to take home. Oshino Hakkai felt very calm and grounding, less about ticking off attractions and more about walking slowly, observing and appreciating nature and tradition together. If you're visiting Mount Fuji area and want to experience something beyond lakes and viewpoints, this place is definitely worth the visit. It offers a beautiful mix of natural beauty, cultural heritage, and peaceful village life. We spent a couple of hours exploring Oshino Hakkai and then started heading back to our apartment. By the time we left, it was around 5 p.m. On our way back, we noticed a few snack stalls and picked up some fried bitter gourd, okra, and few more grapes before returning to Kawaguchiko station. We strolled around the streets for a bit, captured the sunset, and stopped by 7-Eleven once again to pick up some snacks for tomorrow. This is our last night in Kawaguchiko. Tomorrow we are heading to Kyoto. With an early start and long journey ahead, we didn't bother looking for restaurants. It had been a long day. Even though we only visited 4 places, the sun was quite strong and we walked a lot. So we decided to head back home for dinner. I picked up some eggs again and used the leftover dal from yesterday. I cooked some rice, made a simple boiled egg curry, warmed up the dal, and we called it a night. Thank you so much for coming along with us on this journey. We hope you enjoyed visiting Kawaguchiko with us. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with friends and family who enjoy traveling. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback will really help me improve. I will see you all in the next episode. Until then, please keep growing what matters.